Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidi Mursaleen. Amma ba'd. Fa'udhu billahi minash shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Please repeat after me. As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Rasulullah.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Habib Allah.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله.
As-salatu wassalamu alayka ya Nabi Allah.
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
Wa ala alika wa ashabika ya Nur Allah.
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
Excellence of Salat ala Nabi sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam. The Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam has said, whoever recites Salat upon me 1,000 times daily shall not die until he sees his place in heaven. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala Muhammad. I welcome the views of social media. Today, inshallah Azza wa Jal, we will have the blessing of listening to the dars of regarding blessings of Laylatul Qadr. There is a very famous authentic book of Hadith, Sunan Ibn Majah, and the narrator of this Hadith Pak is Sayyidina Anas bin Malik radhiyallahu anhu, has stated that once the month of Ramadan arrived, so the Prophet of mankind, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam said, a month has come to you in which there is one such night that is better than 1,000 months. Whoever is deprived in the night is deprived of all goodness, and only the one who is completely deprived is deprived of his goodness. Sallu ala Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Dear viewers of social media, now we will learn a little story about a king who had 1,000 sons. Let's listen this story, and this story is regarding the revelation of Surah Qadr. Sayyidina Kabul Ahbar radiyallahu anhu, a Tabi saint, has stated, there was a righteous king in the Bani Israel. Allah Azza wa Jal commanded the then Prophet alayhi salam to ask the king to express his desire. When he heard the divine message, he said, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, I want to sacrifice my wealth, children, and life in jihad. Allah Azza wa Jal blessed him with 1,000 sons. He used to groom each son for jihad and send him along with an army to fight in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal. The son would fight for a month and then be martyred. The king would then groom another son and send him to fight along with the army. In this way, every month he would sacrifice one of his sons. Further, the king used to offer salah at night and fast during the day. After 1,000 months, all his 1,000 sons were martyred. Thereafter, he fought himself and drank the beverage of martyrdom. Impressed by the sincere sacrifices made by the king, people said that no one can reach his status. So Allah Azza wa Jal, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, revealed the verse, Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. In other words, Laylatul Qadr is better than the king's 1,000 months in which he offered salah every night, fasted every day, and fought in the path of Allah Azza wa Jal with his wealth, life, and children. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Let's listen Another Hadith Pak, which is mentioned in Tafsir Qurtubi, volume 20. Sayyidina Abu Bakr Waraq Rahmatullahi Ta'ala Ali has stated that Sayyidina Sulaiman alayhi salam and Sayyidina Zulkarnain radiallahu anhu both ruled 500 cities each. Thus, both of them together ruled 1,000 cities. Allah Azza wa Jal made the worship of this night better than what these two personalities ruled. Dear Islamic brothers, Laylatul Qadr is the night of goodness and peace. It is mercy from beginning to end. The honorable commentator of the Quran have said, in this night, there is protection from snakes, scorpions, calamities, problems, and devils. It is also full of peace. Now, dear viewers of social media, we will learn what this Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam did in the night of Laylatul Qadr. According to a narration, in Laylatul Qadr, an army of angels under the command of Jibreel alayhi salam descended from Sidratul Muntaha with 4 flags. So Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam, along with the army, comes on the earth having 4 flags. They hoist one flag on the blessed tomb of the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, one on the roof of Baitul Muqaddas, while the third one on the top of Holy Kaaba, and the 4th on Mount Sinai. Then they entered the houses of all the believers and say salam. They say salam. This is one of the names of Allah Azza wa Jal, sends peace upon you. However, these angels do not enter the houses in which they are alcoholics, eaters of swine, or the people who break ties without valid Shari reason. Nowadays, we break the ties with relatives on small little things. Another narration says that these angels outnumber even all grit of the earth, and they all come with peace and mercy. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad. Dear viewers of social media, let's learn about a green flag in the night of Laylatul Qadr. According to another detailed hadith reported by Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, our beloved and blessed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, in Laylatul Qadr, Jibreel alayhi salam, accompanied by a large number of angels, descends onto the earth with a green flag he hoists on the top of the Kaaba. Jibreel alayhi salam has 100 arms, two of which he opens only at this night. Subhanallah. Sayyidina Jibreel alayhi salam have 100 arms, but 2 of which he only opens in the night of Laylatul Qadr. His arms spread across the east and the west. Then Jibreel alayhi salam commands the angels to say salam and shake hands with every Muslim who is offering salah or making the zikr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and to say Ameen to their supplications. This process continues till dawn, Subh Sadiq. In the morning, Jibreel alayhi salam commands all the angels to return. The angel says, O Jibreel alayhi salam, what about the needs of the ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam? Jibreel alayhi salam replies, Allah Azza wa Jal has seen them with mercy and has forgiven all of them except 4 types of people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't forgive these 4 types of people. What are they? What kind of types are those? The honorable companions asked, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Who are those four types of people? He sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wasallam replied, number one of them is alcoholic. Second one is disobedient to parents. Number third, those who break ties with relatives. Number four, those who bear malice and grudge against each other and break ties. My dear viewers of social media, these four types of people will not be forgiven in the night of Laylatul Qadr. If we are disobedient to our parents, we should think. If we are alcoholic, we should think. If we are breaking our ties with our relatives, we should think that all other people, whole ummah of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam will be forgiven. But if I'm an alcoholic, I won't be forgiven. If I'm disobedient to my parents, I won't be forgiven. If I'm breaking ties without any shari reason, I won't be forgiven. And if we are not forgiven, then our place, we would end up in a hellfire. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy upon us. May Allah Azza wa Jal forgive us for the sake of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My dear viewers of social media, we are in the last 10 days of Ramadan. Time is running so quickly. Laylatul Qadr is approaching. Or Laylatul Qadr could be today. Or Laylatul Qadr just gone past on the 21st night of Ramadan. You think to yourself, and I think to myself, that how much time I spend in the worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How much time I spend in the recitation of Holy Quran. You think to yourself, and I will think to myself, that how much time I spend praying the nawafils, how much time I spend in the ibadat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Before I finish, let me mention one more hadith pak which is mentioned in Sahih Bukhari. And hadith number is 2023. Sayyidina Ubaidah bin Samit radiallahu anhu has narrated that our noble Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out to tell us about Laylatul Qadr, as to which night it is. But two Muslims were arguing with each other. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam came out to tell us when the Laylatul Qadr is going to be. But two Muslims were arguing with each other, having a fight with each other. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, I came to tell you about Laylatul Qadr, but so and so person were arguing, due to which its exact date has been concealed. Holy Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam was gonna tell us, was gonna tell those people at that time, the Laylatul Qadr exact date is on this and this day of the Ramadan. But because of two Muslims fighting with each other, because of two Muslims arguing with each other, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the peace of our heart and mind, the most generous and kind sallallahu alaihi wasallam, concealed it. And the other part of the hadith, Holy Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, it is possible that your betterment lies in it. Now look for it in the 9th, 7th, and 5th night of the last 10 nights. Now Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam guided us, commanded us to look for this night either on the 25th night of Ramadan, or this night could be on 27th night of the Ramadan, or this night could be on the 29th of Ramadan. We don't know. So we should try to do worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as much as possible in these nights. Do in these nights as well, but we need to do worship of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the other nights as well. I leave you with a thinking point. I will think about myself and you think about yourself. Ramadan is going to come next year. It's going to spread the blessings, but we don't know if we are going to be here or not. We might not get a Ramadan again. So I would say make the most of the time which we have. May Allah Azza wa Jal protect us from all the illnesses. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us to act upon what has been said. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us to do the recitation of Holy Quran abundantly. May Allah Azza wa Jal guide us to spread it across the Muslim nation as well. Sallu ala al-Habib, sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Stay safe, stay at home. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. Padhe sallallahu alayka ya Rasulullah wa sallam alayka ya Habiballah. Ilahi आ गया रमज़ान का आखिरी अशरा. इलाही आ गया रमज़ान का आखिरी अशरा. रिहाई ना रे जहन्नम से हो अता या रब. रिहाई ना रे जहन्नम से हो अता या रब. आह हर लम्हा गुनाह की कसरतो भर मार है. आह हर लम्हा गुनाह की कसरतो भर मार है. गल्बे शैतान है और नफ्स बदअत वार है. आह हर लम्हा गुनाह की कसरतो भर मार है. मुजरिमों के वास्ते दो ज़ख्म 16 बार है. मुजरिमों के वास्ते दो ज़ख्म 16 बार है. हर गुनाह कसदन किया है इसका भी इकरार है. قصدن کیا ہے، اس کا بھی اقرار ہے۔ چھپ کے لوگوں سے گناہوں کا رہا ہے سلسلہ، چھپ کے لوگوں سے گناہوں کا رہا ہے سلسلہ، تیرے آگے یا خدا ہے ظلم کا اظہار ہے، تیرے آگے یا خدا ہے ظلم کا اظہار ہے۔ زندگی کی شام ڈھلتی جا رہی ہے، ہائے ناز، زندگی کی شام ڈھلتی جا رہی ہے، ہائے ناز، گرم روز و شب گناہوں کا ہی بس بازار ہے، گرم روز و شب گناہوں کا ہی بس بازار ہے۔ بندے بدکار ہوں بے حد ذلیل و خوار ہوں، بندے بدکار ہوں بے حد ذلیل و خوار ہوں، مغفرت فرما الہی تو بڑا غفار ہے، مغفرت فرما الہی تو بڑا غفار ہے۔ موت کے جھٹکوں پہ جھٹکے آ رہے ہیں المدد، موت کے جھٹکوں پہ جھٹکے آ رہے ہیں المدد، سخت بے چینی کے عالم میں گھرا بیمار ہے، آہ ہر لمحہ گناہ کی کثرت و بھرمار ہے، تو نے دنیا میں بھی عیبوں کو چھپایا یا خدا، تو نے دنیا میں بھی عیبوں کو چھپایا یا خدا، حشر میں بھی لاج رکھ لے نا کہ تو ستار ہے، حشر میں بھی لاج رکھ لے نا کہ تو ستار ہے۔ نیکیاں پلے نہیں آقا شفاعت کیجئے، نیکیاں پلے نہیں آقا شفاعت کیجئے، آپ کی نظر کرم ہوگی تو بیڑا پار ہے، آپ کی نظر کرم ہوگی تو بیڑا پار ہے۔ یا نبی عطار کو نت میں دے اپنا زوال یا نبی عطار کو جنت میں دے اپنا زوال واسطہ صدیق کا جو تیرا یار گار ہے واسطہ صدیق کا جو تیرا یار غار ہے کاش ہو ایسی مدینے میں کبھی تو حاضری کاش ہو ایسی مدینے میں کبھی تو حاضری یہ خبر آئے وطن میں مر گیا یہ خبر آئی وطن میں مر گیا عطار ہر لمحہ گناہ کی کثرت و بھرمار ہے صلی اللہ علیہ الحبیب صلی اللہ تعالی
My dear Islamic brothers, it is mentioned in the Hadith Pak, the summary of which is that for the fasting person at the time of Iftar, there is a dua which is not rejected. So let's all make dua together. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidil Mursaleen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa ashabihi ajma'in. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا عذاب القبر وقنا عذاب الحشر وقنا حساب الميزان وأدخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين اللهم أعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك اللهم عافني في بدني اللهم عافني في سمعي اللهم عافني في بصري لا إله إلا أنت. O Allah Azza wa Jal, through your mercy we have nearly completed our fast of today, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal. But we have spent the entire time in negligence, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal. We were unable to worship you as you deserve to be worshipped. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, we are weak. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, we commit sins all day, O Allah Azza wa Jal. We have uncountable sins to our names, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal. Our hearts have become black due to sins. Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, good advice doesn't affect us due to the blackness of our hearts. O Allah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of Ramadan al-Mubarak, for the sake of Iftar, O Allah Azza wa Jal, forgive all of our major and minor sins. O Allah Azza wa Jal, make us pious and practicing Muslims. O Allah Azza wa Jal, make us obedient to our parents. O Allah Azza wa Jal, give us ability to worship you as you deserve to be worshipped. O Allah Azza wa Jal, give us ability to fast and to attain taqwa in this blessed month. O Allah Azza wa Jal, keep us away from all types of negligence and laziness in this month. O Allah Azza wa Jal, whatever few days we have left, give us the ability to make the most out of this. O Allah Azza wa Jal, shower your mercy upon the entire Muslim Ummah. O Allah Azza wa Jal, especially those Muslims who are suffering from illnesses. O Allah Azza wa Jal, especially with COVID-19, O Allah will grant them shifa. O Allah, those Muslims who have passed away due to this terrible illness, O Allah, shower your mercy upon their graves. O Allah, grant them forgiveness in the hereafter. Grant them the intercession of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam on the Day of Judgment. O Allah, give us all the ability to perform our 5 times daily prayers. O Allah, even after the lockdown, when the masjids open, give us ability to rush into the masjids and to be happy to embrace the masjids once again. O Allah, fill our hearts with the true light of Iman. O Allah, give us ability to recite the Holy Quran Pak every day. O Allah, grant us the true love for Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. O Allah, shower your mercy upon all of us. O Allah, whatever dua, whatever permissible desires we have inside our hearts. O Allah Azza wa Jal, accept them through your mercy.
Ameen.
O Allah Azza wa Jal, give us the ability to perform Hajj and Umrah every year. Grant us the ability to see the beautiful city of Madinatul Munawwara every year. O Allah Azza wa Jal, grant us martyrdom in the beautiful city of Madinatul Munawwara. Make our place of burial Jannatul Baqi', and give us the companionship of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in Jannatul Firdaus. O Allah Azza wa Jal, for the sake of this blessed time right before the time of Iftar, O Allah Azza wa Jal, accept all our lawful du'as. O Allah Azza wa Jal, shower your mercy upon the entire Muslim Ummah, especially Amir Ahl Sunnat and all the Muballighin and Muballighat of Dawat Islami. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما صلى الله على النبي الأمي وآله صلى الله عليه وسلم صلاة وسلاما عليك يا رسول الله سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Today's fast is complete, so you may break your fast. आज का रोज़ा मुकम्मल हो चुका है. इफ्तार कीजिए.